Potential clash over secrets looms between Justice Department and CIA. Washington. New President Trump's order allowing Attorney General William P. Barr that led to the Russia investigation sets up a potential confrontation with the CIA. It effectively Mr. Trump said on Friday that he wanted Mr. Barr to get to the bottom of what the intelligence agencies knew about the investigation into his campaign. He promised. The president raised questions about CIA involvement in the origins of the Russia investigation, and other officials said Mr. Barr wanted to learn more about sources in Russia, including a key informant who helped the CIA conclude that President Vladimir V. Putin ordered the intrusion on the 2016 election. Mr. Trump. The declassification order served as Mr. Trump's counterpunch to the special counsel's investigation. Since the release of the intelligence agencies signaled on Friday that they would not easily give up their secrets. Dan Coates, I am confident that the Attorney General will work with the IC in accordance with the long-established standards to protect highly sensitive classified information that, if publicly released, would put our national security at risk, Mr. Coates said in a statement. Though the ultimate power to declassify documents rests with the President, Mr. Trump's delegation of that power to Mr. Barr effectively stripped Mr. Coates and the CIA of control of their secrets. The move could endanger Mr. Coates and Gina Haspel, the CIA director, will fight hard to ensure that their most valuable secrets, the identities of sources you are protected, former officials have said. Ms. Haspel has, traditionally, the CIA has been effective at intramural governmental fights, in large measure because its power comes from its information and its closely guarded secrets. By taking that the intelligence agencies already have a degree of unease over the Justice Department's ability to keep the identity of sources secret. The name of the FBI. If you compromise agents, lives can be lost. That is why this is, Mr. Barr asked Mr. Trump for the declassification authority, a Justice Department official said on Thursday. He has not detailed. The most prominent of the CIA's sources of intelligence on Russia's election interference was a person close to Mr. Putin who about his involvement, former officials have said. The source turned long nurtured by the CIA. The source rose to a position that enabled the informant to provide key information in 2016 about the Russian leadership's role in the interference campaign, the officials said. John O. Brennan, the CIA director under Mr. Obama, would bring reports from the source directly to the White House, for fear that the briefing document was too widely disseminated, according to the officials. Instead, but Mr. Trump's promise to declassify a broad swath of documents suggests that Mr. Barr's mandate is more extensive than investigating any single source. Mr. Trump's an Australian diplomat told the FBI in the summer of 2016 that Mr. Papadopoulos had said that Russia had made an offer to help the Trump campaign by releasing stolen Democratic emails. The FBI and Mr. Barr has picked up on the term spying, invoking it multiple times in recent weeks to describe steps the FBI took to investigate the Trump campaign, but stopping short of alleging that the Bureau acted improperly. It would have been improper for the intelligence agencies to sit on the information from Mr. Papadopoulos, Mr. King said. If someone came and told that to the CIA or FBI and they didn't open a counterintelligence investigation, they would be guilty of malpractice, he said. If they had ignored, he also said the Intelligence Committee looked at both the FBI's and the CIA's role in the origins of the Russia inquiry. He said the CIA, some revelations about intelligence operations around the 2016 campaign have angered officials in Britain, Australia, and other closely allied countries, according to former officials. Exposing further, it is yet another step that will raise questions among our allies and partners about whether to share sensitive intelligence with us, said Michael Morell, the former deputy director of the CIA and host of the Intelligence Matters podcast. Mr. Morell said Mr. Coates, not the Attorney General, was in the best position to determine what information would be damaging if declassified. Intelligence officials have feared before that their findings were being twisted to political agendas, notably concerns during the run-up to the Iraq War that information about Saddam Hussein's alleged weapons of mass destruction was being cherry-picked to justify the 2003 invasion. But Mr. Trump's order could be tremendously damaging to the CIA and other intelligence agencies, drying up sources and inhibiting their ability to gather intelligence, said Representative Adam B. Schiff, Democrat of California and the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. The president now seems intent on declassifying intelligence to weaponize it, Mr. Schiff said in an interview. Mr. Trump has long held that he was a target of the deep state, at various points accusing Mr. Obama without evidence of tapping his phones, the FBI of secretly trying to undermine his candidacy, and past intelligence chiefs of bending their findings to prove Russian involvement in his election victory. He has repeatedly appeared to side with Mr. Putin's contention that there is no evidence of a Russian campaign to sabotage the 2016 election. But the Mueller report, Mr. Schiff pledged that his committee would closely monitor Mr. Barr's actions in the inquiry. We are going to Katie Benner and Adam Goldman contributed reporting.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.